Welcome back to Microsoft Ignite Live. I'm Bruno Borges, and sitting to my right are Jeff Ballen, and Christina. Nice to see you guys here at Ignite. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's great. It's been an exciting week. Super busy in the good way, though. Like just plenty of customers to chat to, great sessions. It's been awesome.
Ballen, how has been your week so far?
I only got here yesterday, but it's been great so far.
That's a good start for you.
Yeah, totally. And lots of great sessions. I happened to go to your session as well. So
Excellent.
That was pretty cool.
I hope you liked it.
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. Christina, how's been it?
The conference has been wonderful so far. We've had tons of folks stop by the app service booth, and they've been great to talk with about all their various needs.
Awesome. And we are here to talk about Java and Microsoft, and also Java on Azure. But I do want to start, talking about this year. Since last year Ignite, we did a bunch of things, and 365 days past gone. What happened? Let's start with Ballen. What are your highlights for Java at Microsoft?
Yeah, so we've had this partnership with Azul Systems to offer support for Java on Azure. And that's been resonating so well with our customers. With all the stuff that's going on in the Java ecosystem around the future of Java and support for Java, our partnership with Azul ensures that customers, regardless of whether they're running Java on VMs, whether they're running it on Kubernetes or on app service, they get support from Microsoft at no additional charge. So that's been really great. The other thing I want to call out is the ecosystem, really. So we've brought on so many new partners onto the Azure Marketplace, particularly the ones that are really interesting to our Java developers. So we have fully managed Elk available as a service now, the Elastic Stack, from not just one, but a couple of partners, Elastic and Logs. We have Confluent Cloud now available in the marketplace. These are all fully managed services, so there is no infrastructure for Java developers to set up and manage. And we continue to work with partners like Pivotal, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about Azure Spring Cloud
Absolutely,
as well.
Yeah. It was a big hit this year, Azure Spring Cloud. Before we dive into that, Jeff, you've done some Java in the past.
Yeah.
I know you did.
I did, and I loved every minute of it.
Tell me what happened in the serverless space for Java. I know you guys announced enhancements on Azure Functions that helps Java developers.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Absolutely. It's been a really exciting year for Java on Azure all up, but Azure Functions specifically for those serverless event-driven workloads where it's like, hey, either a message is going to land in a queue or we're going to make an HTTP request and we want to run some Java code. So a lot of it's been improving some of the developer tools as well as the performance, but some of my highlights have just been the amount of customers we've had with interest, some incredibly massive retailers, financial institutions who've partnered with us to build some exciting solutions all running in Java in the cloud at incredible scale. Like the Java customers are some of my favorite customers because these are big mission critical applications. And the amount of work that we've been able to do in the last year to make it so, yeah, those production mission critical applications that you need up and running for Black Friday or Cyber Monday, running as serverless functions has been really exciting. So I'm thrilled with the samples, the documentation, the performance improvements, and really the customers who've worked with us to bring those workloads into Azure.
It's been really an amazing year for the Java developer who wants to build especially like web applications and deploy it to the cloud with ease. And I know App Service, where you work with, Christina, has been for many years the go-to platform on Azure for Java web developers especially. Tell us more about how does it work today and what news you have to share.
So we originally rolled out Java for App Service back in 2014, and it was deployed for Windows. Since then, we've added support for Linux, of course. We've got a number of blessed images and managed offerings, catering primarily around Tomcat for the most part, because that's where most of our customers are. In the past year, we've improved both the Linux platform and our Java managed service offering. We've got enhanced logging, diagnostics, tooling, and all sorts of things that make developer lives better and maintenance a lot better. Among the other callouts that are nice to note for the Linux devs in general, not just Java, but the entire ecosystem, we've got things like hybrid connections rolling out. We've got VNet integration, so you can now host your Java workload on Linux and App Service and have a managed PaaS platform to host your Java applications, which is great for our clientele, which are very much focused around that whole PaaS service offering.
I can see that. PaaS has become a great thing, right?
Yes.
developers don't want to spend time building up VMs and managing all of that. So that's why the spectrum of app service for web applications and serverless, and then something in between, which is Azure Spring Cloud that brings a little bit of both worlds, and especially as a managed platform, that makes the life of a Java developer really easy and very productive. The couple of things that happened this year that is important to highlight, Microsoft acquired a Java company that has experience in JVM engineering. We are thrilled to have the engineering team joining the company and going to work in optimizing the JVM for Azure. We have built solutions and tooling on VS Code that allows developers to take advantage of all these things. App service. I know you can deploy from VS Code and writing Java to app service. Is that something that you see developers doing?
Yeah, we have developers who are onboarding through pretty much every ramp we've got. They'll use Visual Studio, they'll publish their own containers, upload custom containers, they'll use every tool under the sun, and some actually that we haven't even thought of to publish to us. The service is still very, very popular with our PaaS-loving clientele. We've got customers that go back from national governments to private industry to small businesses, and they all want to take advantage of the fact that a lot of this overhead that you're used to with a virtual machine is taken away from you by our service offering.
Yeah, and Balan, when you guys worked on Azure Spring Cloud, what is the main challenge that you're trying to fix? Tell us about that journey.
Yeah.
Here's a customer problem, and now we have that solution.
Totally, yeah. Spring has been an area of focus for us for quite a while. So we started out with building Spring modules for all the Azure services, so developers don't have to write boilerplate code to use our database services, which, by the way, we have MySQL and Postgres now available on Azure as first-class services, and Azure Cache for Redis as well. All the popular databases that our Java developers use. And just walking down that progression, the next thing we found was Spring developers, we gave them the opportunity or the ability to run Spring Boot applications on app service, but they wanted more. They wanted the ability to also have managed offerings for the middleware that they use, things like the discovery server, things like the config server. So we approached this in a couple of ways. So earlier this year, we launched the Azure App Configuration Service. This basically gives Spring developers a managed equivalent of the config server, so they don't have to set up and operate that critical piece of middleware for their Spring applications. And then we took it further. We basically took every middleware that a Spring developer would want to use and made it available as part of a managed offering. This is the Azure Spring Cloud Service. And we went with the experts in the space, Pivotal, so we partnered closely with them. This is the service that we announced at Spring One in October, and I'm very excited to announce a public preview of the service today. So it's available for you all to go try out, and you can use your free Azure credits to get started with the service. It's pretty easy to find, Azure Spring Cloud, and you can get started on it. The other really nice thing about that is it's jointly operated and supported by Pivotal. So we have the experts in running cloud platform services and the experts in Spring and Java, and we've come together to offer the service for Spring developers. And I'm also excited that Azure is the only cloud that offers a managed service for Spring developers.
Yeah, it's amazing the level of partnership that we have with Pivotal. And even in the function space, right, Jeff, there is a project called Spring Cloud Functions that Spring developers can use to write functions to Azure and not necessarily have to dive into the Azure Functions documentation for Java. So they have some Spring knowledge. We take advantage of that. Do you see customers already using Spring Cloud Functions or some developers working on it?
Yeah, it's been an extremely attractive option because it's that same world of, hey, I'm familiar with Spring, I'm familiar with kind of the way to structure an app, the way to build an interface, and Spring Cloud Functions has been a great partnership with Pivotal to say, you know what, keep writing your apps that way, and just include this framework of Spring Cloud Functions, and now you can publish them to Azure Functions or even to other clouds as well using this unified and very usable platform.
And there was a project that I did early this year. You were looking around, so now we have Kotlin support on Azure Functions.
That's right. Yeah, Kotlin, we even have a beautiful documentation for it. I don't know who wrote that doc.
I don't know either.
It's like poetry when I read that doc. So thank you for contributing that doc, by the way.
Thank you, but I don't know who did it.
Oh, yes.
So Kotlin is also another language that we support. In fact, when we think about Java at Microsoft, it's not just Java the language, or it's actually the JVM or anything that runs on the JVM we support. So we have Scala applications doing big data with Azure HT Insight. We have Kotlin on Azure Functions and Java on App Service and Spring Cloud. Developers have a lot of a choice. The important thing to also say is that Microsoft is not just offering Java on Azure, but it's also working with the Java community and its partners. We have the partnership with Pivot, which is clear, but we also have a partnership with Red Hat. It's very solid. We have OpenShift on Azure for Java developers and doing cloud-native applications. But when we think about, again, back to how Microsoft uses Java, LinkedIn by itself uses Java for building over 500 microservices. And if you check out LinkedIn on GitHub, you're going to find over 60 projects that are written in Java. And I know, Christina, your kids play with Minecraft, is that true?
Yes, my children, well, I don't know if they play it today. They better not, school season. But yeah, they
might be playing right now, you don't know.
They better not be.
But
Do your work.
Java.
Do your work.
But we do, so if they are using Minecraft, at least they can learn how to program in Java with Minecraft, right? The client edition, the Java edition of Minecraft is still very popular, and Java developers can write mods to it.
Oh yeah, my children actually have set up the server and put in their own mods, and they've played extensively with it.
That was before school season?
Not during school.
Okay, that's good. So there is also a new thing on SQL Server. SQL Server comes with the JVM embedded right inside of it with the Azul partnership, right, Colin? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so the Azul partnership, we've had that for a couple of years now. And like I was saying before, regardless of where you run Java on Azure, whether it's inside SQL Server for your stored procedures and such, or whether you're using it with functions or on App Service or on Kubernetes, by the way, you can find the images, the Microsoft supported images in the Microsoft Container Registry. So regardless of where you run it, you can call Microsoft for support, and we will work together with Azul to deliver that support. And then just going back to the basics of what you were saying about all the expertise that we've built around Java in Microsoft, we're using that expertise to make it easier for developers to consume the 190 odd services that we have on Azure. So we put a lot of emphasis on the SDKs, and I'm happy to announce the GA of some of our key SDKs earlier this week. And we're just going down that path of giving developers what they want, an idiomatic experience with Azure services. So we have support for both sync, so it's easy to get started, but we also support async APIs. So when you're doing some complex interaction patterns and you're writing code that has to work at scale, then you can quickly switch over to those APIs as well. And of course, as you would expect, these are all supported by us. And if you want to try it out, they are in our GitHub repos, Azure SDKs for Java.
I see that the Java SDKs were, some of them were rewritten, right, from scratch. And they have been using Project Reactor, which is, again, a project from Pivotal, which allows a more reactive programming model. Does reactive programming model works on Azure Functions, on App Service? Is it something that developers can leverage? Jeff?
Yeah, for sure. Like we don't have native hooks for that outside of Spring Cloud Functions, but one of the things that we've been trying to do all up is these patterns, these ways of whether it's injecting dependencies or reacting on events, allowing developers to bring tools that they want and exposing SDKs that are built on those capabilities, so it feels like a very rich and native experience. And you mentioned before, like, it's both the customers that we have, like I mentioned, whether it's retailers or healthcare who are doing this, but it also helps that a lot of Microsoft is built with Java too. And so we have an abundance of really rich feedback saying, here are some incredible useful patterns, here's how we need to use this, here's how we've actually used Java to build services or SDKs, and then we're able to take all that feedback and provide a world-class platform to host whatever Java code that customers want to. So it's a wonderful place to be. I really like working in Azure and having the exposure to both the LinkedIn, to the Minecrafts, to the customers, and saying, okay, how can we channel this feedback? What are we learning from Spring Cloud on Azure, and how can we make it so that you can use that, whether it's in app services or in functions or in Spring Cloud, wherever that is.
And the interesting thing about the Java ecosystem is that it's very diverse, very broad. When you look at, okay, where's my Java? Well, which Java? Which version? Which distribution? And here's my runtime. Which runtime? Is it Spring? Is it Java EE? Is it Drop Wizard or any other framework? Is it clear to you, or is it clear to the Java developer that Azure supports all of these things, and how can we help them understand the options that we have? And Christina, I know on App Service we support a bunch of things, and can you tell us more about use cases that you've seen that are not just Tomcat or not just Spring?
Sure. So for the most part, our customers are using Tomcat, or they'll have Spring Boot. But I've seen everything from monolithic Pojo applications with embedded Jetty. I've seen closure applications deployed on App Service. People have basically taken advantage of the fact that we're neutral. We'll support pretty much anything they want to bring to the table, especially if it wants to take advantage of JVM. So we've got a lot of support for a mix of JVM versions. And if you need something special, you can upload your own. In terms of the workload, we've seen a large amount of lift and shift of existing products of a variety of types. So there are some constraints within App Service. We focus on a stateless Java SE style offering. And to that end, we pretty much will host anything in that bucket, that large category.
So these applications, no matter how they are written, and they can also communicate with anything that is running on Azure. The most common case for application and enterprise developers or Java developers in general is connecting to database. I know, Balan, you work with some of the open source databases that are offered on Azure. Can you share more about how we support these open source databases?
Yeah, we do that both by operating and running them as first-class Azure services and through partnerships. So for MySQL and Postgres, we offer it as part of Azure SQL Database. It's in the same family of offerings. We also offer Azure Cache for Redis. We've had that for several years now, so it's used by pretty much 90% of all developers on Azure. And we've also worked in partnerships with like MongoDB or with Confluent, as I mentioned. So Confluent Cloud is now available as a fully managed service on Azure. So it is through a combination of both our own investments in standing up and operating these databases and through partners.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. I guess we covered everything that the Java developer needs to know. Lots of news. Azure Spring Cloud, it's something that you should definitely try. Yep. Azure Functions and App Service, it's a great solution that have been for many years already on Azure, and it's only getting better. So thank you again for your time here, Christina, Balan, and Jeff.
Yeah.
And now we are out to Martin at the Developer Architecture Center, where he is digging into the Power Apps for pro developers.